Hey everybody, how you doing? It's the 12:30 update on February 16th, 2015. I'm just going to give you the bottom line first. I'm going to drop the totals a little bit for Philadelphia. 4-8 now. Instead of 6-10, I'm going to drop it to 4-8. I think that it's going to get a little bit too hard to get the heavier snows into the Philly area because of a couple of things. Mainly the strength of the high pressure and where it's located near Pennsylvania. It's going to be pushing down, and that's going to force some of the precipitation to go off the coast a little bit. So it's going to keep the heavier snow from really getting into the Philadelphia area. Now, still, 4-8 is not a little snowstorm. That's a pretty decent-sized snowstorm. I think the 8 is closer to where I am in Cherry Hill, maybe even further east than that, and maybe further south as well. Certainly Cape May, Atlantic City, you're probably going to get 8. Philadelphia, you're in the 4-8, probably leaning more towards 6, but you could see 8, but 4 should be there. Delaware County, 4-8 probably. I would go a little bit closer to the 4. When you get into Chester County, 3-6. Montgomery County, 3-6. Bucks County, 3-6. So I'm lowering it a little bit. So Philadelphia, general area, 4-8. Now, a couple of reasons why. Again, one is the high pressure above or north of Pennsylvania is pushing down, and it's going to force a lot of this storm to go out to sea. And the other things you have to look at is the dew points. The dew points are in the negative numbers. We have dew points of -4 or -5 right now in Philadelphia. That's unbelievably dry, cold, dry air. So it's going to take a while for the liquid up in the upper atmosphere to saturate and then finally fall to the ground. And when you have snow aloft, we call that virga. So virga could be going on, and the radar looks like it should be snowing, and you're looking outside saying, well, where's the snow? The radar's showing precipitation over top of us, and it's not coming down. Well, yeah, it's evaporating. As it goes into the upper atmosphere, it just evaporates because it's so dry up there. So there's going to be some virgo with this. So we got to watch and see how quickly it can saturate the atmosphere and then start to fall to the ground. So that might take a while when you have -4 degree Fahrenheit dew points. And the relative humidity is pretty low too. It's in the low 40s or high 30s. So now here's the flip side of this. This is where things can change. Does the storm get a little bit stronger? Is there more of a push to the north? Is there Atlantic moisture that gets thrown in? How much moisture is it going to pull out of the Gulf of Mexico? Is there going to be a lot of Gulf of Mexico moisture that's entrained into the system? And the other thing, and this is very difficult because we're not used to this in this area, snow ratios. Normally, when you have a snowstorm, the ratio is 10-1. For every 1 inch of liquid, you get 10 inches of snow. However, with the incredibly cold temperatures we have, not necessarily so much at the surface, but at we call them the 850 temperatures, about 5,500 feet up, those temperatures are going to be ranging from -10 to -20. So instead of 10-1 ratios, it goes to either 15-1 or 20-1. It's very hard in the Philadelphia area to predict 20-1 snow ratios because there's more than just the temperature up there. It has to do with relative humidity, dendrite growth, and all kinds of different things that some of the stuff I don't know and understand either because I haven't really had courses on that, but there's more to it than that. But in any event, this snow will have higher ratios than 10-1. They probably will be between 12-1 and 20-1. It just depends. I'm not positive on that. That has a definite bearing because now if you get a ½ an inch of liquid at 10-1, that's 5 inches of snow. At 20-1, it's 10 inches of snow. You double it. So I feel comfortable with the 4-8 based on we may have trouble getting the precipitation to fall in the beginning because it's so dry. But at the same time, we're going to have very high snow ratios. In Philadelphia, it's not very often that you see better than 10-1. It's usually 10-1 or less. Sometimes you even have 5-1 if it's pretty warm. So All things considered, instead of 6 to 10, I'm dropping it to 4 to 8. Still a major snowstorm. And then we got to look to Saturday. Friday into Saturday looks like it could be a pretty decent snowstorm. The only fear is at the end of it, it looks like it's going to warm up. The track might pull up some warm air, and we might wind up into the 40s. So that certainly would wipe out a lot of snow that would fall. So let's see what happens. But as far as this one goes, still on track. 4 to 8 is not bad. I mean, I'm a little disappointed. I'd like to see more. This can still change. It can trend north, and if it does, that changes snow totals again. So I'll update if it does. But at this point, 4 to 8, I'll be watching for any trends north and west. If that happens, then I'll have to put the snow totals back up again. So we'll see. All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking in. I really appreciate it. I will talk to you throughout the day today.